It's 3-1 here.
Our coach, just sum up the long road trip to Middle and Western, and we'll field some questions.
Was happy with our effort. I can't deny that I felt like we went up there and we played our best 2 road games of the year when it comes to our effort and being locked in. I wasn't happy in the second game at our execution, even though you kind of know in the second game it's going to be more choppy, it's going to be more defensive, it's going to be more mistakes because you're coming off a game with less preparation. You're coming off a game with less time to prepare. You just played a game on Thursday and travel involved. That's just what comes with it. But we fought enough to put ourselves in a position to win. I am super disappointed in a lot of ways at the way the game went down at the end. And so I think we can learn from it. And I told our guys at the end of the day, we're going to learn from that situation. I would much rather this happen in February than in March. Because in March we'll be put in situations like that in games like that, and you got to be able to be prepared to win them.
Sean went down, I think, rolled his ankle, something 5 minutes left to see he's all good, or what's this?
He just has a sprained ankle. I mean, he's working every day. I don't know what the timeline is. I think they said we're going to work this week with the hope of getting him back, but that's going to be on the trainer and Sean on when that actually is. I'll be really honest. We to progress in the way that we need to. Sean, I would love Sean to be playing this weekend. In past times, I would have been terrified to lose Sean, but I think AJ's done a great job of being available and being ready. Even in the last 4 minutes of that last game, AJ was really dominant down the stretch as far as his reads, his decisions. Making good plays, getting to the free throw line, making free throws. I think that we want to put Sean in the best situation to make sure he's healthy before we put him back out on the court.
Obviously, getting a top 6 seed, in the tournament, it matters a ton. I mean, is that something you talk about to the guys of, hey, just in terms of math and what we're going to need, like, it would make it easier to obviously win the league if we can get a top 6 seed, or is that something you don't even address?
I haven't, because I think mathematically we can get to 5 or 4. I don't know what the math numbers are. We can get, I guess if Middle lost all of them and we won all of them, we could get to 3. I don't know the math. I just want to be in a position where we're playing well when we get to the tournament, and I think that's more important than whether you're a 6 or a 5 seed. I think this league has proven that anybody can beat anybody. I think that there's going to be no word upset when it comes to Conference USA, because whoever wins the game is probably the better team that night, and there's just so many close matchups. I think it's going to be about who's playing the best basketball by the time they get to Huntsville.
When it comes to Bacho, I think you only had 5 field goal attempts in both of those games. Of course, you're playing these teams for the second time around, so they were making adjustments and trying to figure out how to neutralize him. What are you and the staff maybe trying to do to get him more field goal attempts as teams are game planning against him?
He needs to get more offensive rebounds. That is a way that he can get himself going more. At the end of the day, we had 1 rebound at Middle Tennessee, and those are, that was a defensive rebound if I'm not mistaken. And so, you can't get it all from field goal attempts. I tell them good scorers don't just take shots. They get a steal every now and then. They get a putback every now and then. They make free throws every now and then, which is not accounting in field goal attempts. And so he has to get himself going in other ways too. Like, they're gonna pack the team, the paint on Bacho, and as you can see, it kind of played against Middle Tennessee. Al Green made shots, and then when we moved Bacho to the perimeter as an adjustment, we were able to get downhill with our guards. And so at the end of the day, he has to find a way to get his motor going and ramp it up a little bit to get some of the easy points that he's used to getting, rim running the floor to where he's running and beating big men down the floor, because it's not going to all come from post-ups and back to the basket.
Ben, you got something?
I'm good. Appreciate it.
Talk about Amari Abram. I know there's been some frustration this year, especially on the offensive end, of just the quality of shots that he's taking and make sure he's taking the right field goal attempts. I felt like he had a tremendous week up in Murfreesboro and Bowling Green.
No, if I'm real to myself and our staff, he came in the second game and he was dominant from three, and I think that had a lot to do with him being in foul trouble. He didn't have to guard for another 7-8 minutes chasing their best players around, and so I think other players have to step up, and we got to be able to give Amari a break and not guard the best player for 33 minutes a night. I mean, that's just very tough on him. So he can have legs at the end of the game to be able to make shots to help us offensively, because he is an assassin from three when he gets catch and shoot opportunities. And so we got to be able to rest him, and other guys have to step up and be able to guard, so we can have him fresh late in the games.
You mentioned after the Jacksonville State loss about delivering information a little bit differently to the guys. How have you and the staff kind of maybe changed the way you approach things?
Yeah, we have. I mean, especially down the stretch. I think that one, who we represent when we're out there. We always talk about our team, but we also represent this university. We also represent our families. We also represent a lot more entities than just ourselves. And so we just talked about that, and being in the moment, and being in a situation where we're going to be where our feet are at this moment, be the best we can be, and try to leave a legacy. And that, we've kind of moved some people around and tried to do some different things. And relay different information. I wish my information I would have relayed would have got them to stop the ball at Western. I feel like we'd be in a better situation now. But whatever I said didn't work at that time, and so we just have to keep doing it and keep being positive, because I do believe that if we go on a run, I don't believe that there's any team that can stop us. I think we can stop ourselves. But I also believe if we don't do it, any team can beat us in this league. And so we just have to be playing our best ball by the time we get to Huntsville.
Just touch on your next opponent, Sam Houston. Seems like they've figured things out, at least from a results standpoint. They had won 3 straight prior to losing that middle on Saturday. It seems like they've sort of found a way to figure out how to turn those close losses into close wins. And then Lamar Wilkerson's been lethal for them offensively.
Yeah, it's probably just get the ball to Lamar Wilkerson more. But no, at the end of the day, they found something, and I don't think it hasn't been there. I think sometimes when you addition by subtraction, sometimes different lineups, maybe playing different guys more, has helped them. And I never thought they were a bad team. I mean, I just it's like you look at our league and you look at some of the teams that are in 5th or 9th or 10th. I don't think they're bad teams. I think they're all really good teams. I think this league is a gauntlet. I think, to be honest, the older teams, the teams that are really experienced, are the teams that are having a lot of success right now. And we got to find a way to make this year our experience, and not about how much experience we've had in the past. Because if we can grow up soon and fast, and we can have role identity, which I think is important for every team. I think teams that struggle don't have great role identity, and everybody wants to be the Kobes and the Shaqs and the Michael Jordans. If we can really have great role identity, I think we can make a run.
All right.
Thanks, Coach.